Hey guys, welcome back to Make Up Your Mind. I am Shadow, and today we're going to be doing another episode of What's New at the Drugstore. So just to give you guys a little heads up, the last 30 days I've been trying quite a bit of new products. It's a little shameful, but it was my birthday month and I did have birthday money and gift cards that I had to spend. So naturally I'm going to get makeup. I mean, it's what I'm gonna do. So I'm really excited because today I'm showing you not only new products, but it's a whole new cosmetics line that I have never tried before, never seen a review, totally took a chance on it, and I am so happy that I did. The makeup line that I'm actually talking about is the Makeup Revolution cosmetics line. This is actually a line from the UK and is now being sold over here in the US in Ulta. So I had never heard anything about this. I totally took a chance on it because, first of all, the packaging is super sleek. I really love it. It makes for really awesome travel. And not only that, when I saw the end cap, it was completely ransacked. So I was like, maybe this is a good sign. Maybe people out there are trying to give me a sign saying, hey girl, pick this up because it's a really great product. So I went ahead and picked up a few things. I have to tell you guys, I'm a sucker for packaging. I think I just said that, but it's so true. And what they had, the products that they had, I was just like, what? Why hasn't someone else thought of this by now? Like, seriously. So I really hope that some other makeup lines kind of get what they're doing and do it as well, because it just makes life so much easier. So the first palette that I'm going to show you is one of the Salvation palettes. This is one of the series that they have for their eyeshadow palettes. This one is called Girl on Film, and it is the ones that I actually have on my eyes right now. What I love about this palette in particular is that you have the 6 matte eyeshadows right up here, and then these ones down here have a satin or metallic finish. I really love the color selection on this one. Another thing that I noticed is they have a wide variety of eyeshadow palettes. Everything from smoky to neutral to colorful. I love that they also had different series of eyeshadow palettes. So they have this one right here, which I believe has 18 eyeshadows, and then they had another series that had 12 eyeshadows. This one in particular just grabbed my attention a little bit more. Trust me, it was a hard decision. I literally had like 3 in my hand, but I didn't want to pick up all 3, and the chances that it may not work out and then I may not love it. But I do. It is literally what I've been wearing the last month. I have pretty much hit pan on this color right here. I know that you can barely tell, but I can see a sliver of silver, which is that pan coming through. This is such a fantastic taupe. It's like a cool tone taupe, and I've been using that in my crease literally every day. It's almost like a primer to me. So whether I use another eyeshadow palette, that is the first color that I put into my crease. The metallic shades are what I have on right now. Literally, guys, everything on my face is from this makeup line with the exception of my foundation, mascara, and bronzer. These eyeshadows, what I like about the eyeshadows, pigmentation. Great pigmentation. I'll go ahead and swatch something for you really quick just so you guys can kind of see it. This is the same color I'm wearing on my lid, and swatch. That is such amazing pigmentation. I love it. The other thing that I really love about it is longevity. Longevity is fantastic with these shades. They do not move, they do not crease, and the blendability is awesome. I love just touching my brush on there, placing it right where I want it, and then I can go ahead and buff it, and it just blends so beautifully. And hopefully you guys can see how wonderful the blending really works. I love that you can be either precise or blend it out, and does wonderful. Very minimal fallout, which I know is always a question with the eyeshadows. Another thing that I really love about this eyeshadow palette, the whole thing in particular, is the consistency across the board. So many times we buy palettes that are not consistent. Some colors are really great and then some colors are really crappy. And I hate when you have that. So I'm hoping that the next time I pick up another palette that it has the same consistency, because then that shows me that they have consistency across the board. This palette in particular, I spent $10 on it, and if I'm not mistaken, all of their eyeshadow palettes are $10. For the most part, most of their palettes are $10, whether that's blush, concealer, eyeshadow, and then I believe the bronzer was $12. The bronzer and highlighter combo was $12, and then they have a eyebrow palette that I'm dying to get my hands on, but they were completely out. It's $15. It's actually a pretty good sized palette, and it seems to have all of the eyebrow shades you can think of. The next palette that I picked up was the concealer palette. I love that they have concealer palettes because as a freelance makeup artist, for me, it's just so much better to have palettes like this rather than buying individual concealers. It just makes it for easy travel, it makes it for less room, and honestly, it saves me money. If I can buy it all into a palette, done. And not only that, I really think it's great for non-makeup artists as well, because not everything is going to be correct for your skin tone. So it's very hard sometimes, and it just hurts my heart sometimes when people come out with concealers or with foundations and don't really give a wide selection for everyone. So a lot of times you're having to spend double the money to get 2 different concealers or to get 2 different foundations, to mix it and then to put it on your face. It's really not fair. But life's not fair and we'll deal. But if you can find something like this where it gives it to you in a palette, it makes life so much easier. This Cover and Conceal palette is the light to medium. I'm super glad that I did pick up this one. I do like my concealer a little lighter because I like to highlight, but this color right here is perfect for my blemishes. It really blends into my skin tone, which is really fantastic. And then with the other ones, I love that I can mix and match. So for me, if I want to go with a really awesome, like intense highlight, I can go for some of the lighter shades. If I'm going to work but still want a little bit of brightness around the eyes, then I can go with something a little bit closer to my skin tone. So I really love when something like this comes out because it just allows me to play and allows me to have color variation. So this palette right here, once again, is $10, which I think is a really great buy. Now, I know you're gonna have questions about where the wearing of the concealer. For me, the concealer I have it on right now does not crease. It's smooth. I mean, it is just like butter on your fingers. When I first put my finger on it, it slid right on it. And I was like, what? And I love how opaque the concealer is. Oftentimes we get these concealers that tend to have a lot of sheerness to it, but if you're looking for something that is really going to cover up those dark circles or hyperpigmentation, this is a really, really great concealer. I don't think it's that great where it'll cover a tattoo or something like that, but I think that for just everyday things with redness and blotchiness and things like that, though, this concealer will definitely cover. I love the longevity of it. It wears like a dream. You put a little powder on it, it is on there all day long. So I think that the color range is really great, and also too, the product itself is a really great product as well. The next palette that I picked up is the blush palette. They had quite a few of these, but this is the one that I thought would complement my skin tone the best. And it is the Sugar and Spice blush palette. Once again, guys, great color variation. I love that I get 2 pinks. I get like a lighter one, a darker pink. Then I have a rose color right here, just a nice intense rose. This one right here is kind of like a mauve rose color. I know that the camera is not picking it up as well as I want it to. This one right here is kind of a more neutral color. So if you think like Luminoso from Milani, kind of gives you that same feel. It gives you kind of just a nice healthy glow and color to the cheeks. So if you're looking for something every day, this is a really great color. And then you also have your peach. These two colors right here are your baked shades. I really love them, but because they are so light, for me in particular, I like to use them as a highlighter, and it's kind of what I have them. I love that they're not so intense, so they're not so obvious. I love that they can blend easily into your blush, and the blush that I have on right now is actually a mix of these two right here. Just very light, super pigmented, so be very light-handed when you apply these blushes. I think that they are superb. Once again, palette, $10. I mean, you cannot beat that. Lastly, I picked up a lip product, and it is the one that I am wearing right now, and I like it. I wouldn't rave about it as much as I rave about the palettes, because for me, lip products are pretty much the same across the board. For me, I love matte lipsticks, and I guess I just need to try their lipsticks a little bit more. But it is still a really great product. It's still worth a try. It's still definitely, I think, something that a lot of people are going to like. A lot of you will like this lipstick. This one is the one that I picked up. And I would think that it's very close to what they have on the actual lipstick. This lipstick doesn't have anything in particular. Like, it doesn't say matte or satin or anything on there. But it is the color Crime. And I love it. It's kind of a nice fuchsia color. But once again, like I said, it was ransacked. So I literally had two shades to pick from. It was like a really light nude and then this color. And I think they had about 12 to 14 different lipsticks, if I'm not mistaken. And the only thing I didn't like is that they mix the mattes with the satins all together. So like you have to look at each one to really see it, you know, what finish it has rather than separating them. They also had some glosses, and I did pick one of those up, and it has like been MIA. It was okay. The gloss is not overly sticky. It's comfortable. I would say that it's the same as the lipstick. Super comfortable on the lips. Really love the pigmentation. It is totally there. As far as longevity goes, it's kind of middle of the road. You definitely need to reapply it about halfway through the day. It kind of just leaves a stain on your lips. So it's just a, you know, a pretty basic type of lipstick. I would definitely go more for the palettes, which is definitely what I'm going to be buying more of. Alright guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this review. I tried to go as quickly as possible, but try to give you as much information. Please make sure that you're looking down in the description box. I will be putting links down below as well as the palettes that I showed you guys in case you needed the names for that stuff. Please share down below if you have used this makeup line before, if you're from overseas, if you have more information to give us or any heads up. Please share. And then also to let me know if you have tried anything that I have not shown you that has either worked or hasn't worked for you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I will be seeing you guys very soon. Bye.